I was born on July 10, 1996. My mom and dad were both on full athletic scholarships while in college, my mom running track and my dad playing basketball. When she found out that she was pregnant with me her sophomore year, she had to drop out of school while my dad stayed in college for the remaining of his freshman year. Eventually, my dad dropped out too because he was not doing well academically and hanging with the wrong crowd. When she gave birth to me, my grandma decided to leave her to help my mom take care of me. My mother and dad decided to get married as young teens, only having a high school diploma. They were married for 4 years and my mom became pregnant with my little brother Jalen, who is the total opposite of me. He doesn't like sports but race cars and music, and I am a sports fanatic. After 4 years of my parents' marriage, my mom divorced my dad when she was 23 years old and we had to move in with my grandparents in Waukegan. I grew up in Waukegan since I was born but moved to Gurnee when I was 10 years old, and we still visited my grandparents' house on the weekends. At Woodland, I met one of my good friends, Jay. He and I would always compete and we became very close, almost like brothers till this day. My middle school years were the worst years because those were the times when I was trying to find myself and I started hanging out with the wrong crowd and I was failing or barely passing in my classes. It got so bad to the point where my mom told me that she was going to send me to boot camp so that I could get my act together. But my 7th and 8th grade years were better because I started playing football and I was active in a sport that kept me busy. Since I was the biggest in my grade, I was in heavyweight 7th and 8th grade year. My 7th grade year, I was on a team with Billy Bielsi, and that was the year when I found out that I was really talented at football. When I went into high school, I was still playing football, but sophomore year was my best year as a student athlete because my coach at the time, Coach Mack, loved my athleticism and how big I was. So one day after practice, we were talking about how he thought I was one of the best athletes on the team, including varsity, and how he was going to move me up at the end of sophomore season if the varsity team made playoffs. He didn't move me up because our varsity didn't make it to playoffs, but I was confident because I thought to myself, if I was going to move up to varsity sophomore year, then I would automatically start my junior year. But all of that would never happen because towards the end of my sophomore year, I was diagnosed with Crohn's disease, and in the process, I lost a lot of weight and missed 2 months of school because I was in and out of the hospital for so long. Since I lost a lot of weight, I didn't perform as well as sophomore year, and because my performance lacked, I never started on the varsity football team like I thought I would. But today, I'm back to normal and I'm an even better athlete than I was before, but my desire to play football ended and now I have a strong passion to pursue basketball, which is the sport my dad played in high school and college. I plan on going to DePaul where I will be majoring in digital media production and prayerfully get a scholarship for basketball so that my mom will not have to worry about paying for college. She has been a single mother for over 10 years now, raising my little brother and me alone. So, I want to help her by getting a college scholarship and making her proud of me. Unfortunately, my dad has never returned to see me and my brother when my mom divorced him, and I communicate with him through letters. He is in prison for a crime he committed and will be there for the next 20 years of his life. So it is just my mom and little brother and me. I will be the first man in our family to go to college and complete my degree. I saw my mom work 2 jobs and go to school at night to make a better life for my brother and me. Now my mom has her doctorate degree and she is a dean at a college. She bought us a home and she takes care of my grandparents. My mom helped teen pregnant girls and travels the country as a motivational speaker, and she even wrote her first book this year. She is a strong example to me and my brother. I know that life is not fair all the time, but I want to pursue my dreams and become a college athlete and movie producer. I know that with support and God on my side, my dreams are possible.